My name's Michelle Tingley and I'm going to be your case manager and case coordinator. Okay, so basically I will take your case and then I'll help you improve your situation and hopefully get you back on your feet. But first, I would like you to tell me a little bit about yourself from the referral form from the county hospital, community hospital. I know a little bit about you, but I don't know very much. So if you could tell me a little bit about yourself, that would be great.
My name's Philip. I'm 36. I'm currently homeless. I have a wife and 2 kids that I don't see. I'm an alcoholic, and I got beaten the crap out of last night.
Okay.
So I lost everything.
All right. So what brought you to this situation? Is there anything underlying factors that you could possibly tell me?
I work for a big delivery company, food delivery company, and I was hoping to work my way up from down the bottom to supervisor or something, and they ended up laying $100 off. So I had no job for a couple of months now. My wife ended up getting part-time work, which I hated. I can't see my kids because I got so depressed that I snapped and I hit her. And can't see my kids, can't see my wife, got nowhere to stay, just shit.
Okay. Well, hopefully, through the organisation that I work for, Operation Hope, we can get you back on your feet, back to seeing your kids, and hopefully even find you employment. All right, so first I'll tell you a little bit about Operation Hope. So we work with a whole pile of different organisations, and so emergency housing, people that have had accidents and can't move, we help them with mobility issues, foster carers, children, so we do a whole range of things. We have the organisation has a lot of experience in different ways, but we're not here primarily to do it for you, we're here to help you get back on your feet, okay? Great. So anything that we discuss is confidential. Any notes that are taken, anything that pertains to you is kept confidential. If you would like to know about what is written about you or anything relating to you, you just have to send us an email or a written mail in writing, a request, and you can have access to your case notes or anything. Also, we don't disclose information to other organisations unless we believe that it's for your benefit. So in your case, it sounds like you need emergency housing, so we may disclose some of your information to the emergency housing organisation, but in doing so, we ask you to sign a consent form to allow us to do that, right? Which I'll explain about a little bit further into the process, into this assessment interview. Okay, so this is just an assessment. We just talk, and then I find out if Operation Hope can help you, which from the sounds of it sounds like we can. And then it just empowers you to get back on your feet, and because sometimes it can be a little bit depressing with so many things going on, you don't know where to start or what to do. So we're just going to take things slow, and we'll just go from there. All right, so the first thing that I have is an intake form, and it's basically just an application form, basically just telling us about you as a person and what we can refer back to later on. So I've got your name down as Philip Stockinger, and you like to be called Philip or Phil?
Philip.
Philip, all right, fine. So there's no address, no. Do you have a telephone? No, all right. And do you have where would you frequent? Is there a church or something that you would frequent quite often, or?
There's a shelter I can sometimes get into.
All right. Well, what I'll do is I'll get you to write down the information here, your current location, your date of birth, nationality, and then just fill that out for me, please.
to spell it.
Oh, that's great. Right. Okay, I think that's all we've got. For emergency contact, I've got a Karen Stockinger down. Is that your ex-wife?
Yep.
Yep. All right. So you're fine if with us being able to contact her in case of an emergency. Yep. All right. And you told me you had 2 children.
Yep.
Yep. And tell me about your children.
2 boys, 9 and 6. Philip Jr.
Mhm.
and Russell.
Okay, very cool. Nice name. All right. In your current situation, can you tell me what your concerns are? What are your major underlying concerns at the moment?
Just getting a roof over my head and being able to see my boys again.
Okay, well that's good. On the referral form, it did say possibly that drinking might be an issue for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Anytime I can get some money, I go and get some alcohol. So.
All right, that's okay. So I guess the first thing we need to address will be income, and then housing, and then possibly drinking is probably born from depression, so maybe somebody to talk to. Yep. All right, do you have any questions so far?
Not at the moment. It's mostly need a roof over my head. I usually make some money on the street, so I mostly need a roof over my head first, and then sort of go from there.
Okay, no, that's good. It's good that we've got that down. So what I'll do is, we actually have an action plan, but just before we do the action plan, I'll tell you about the consent form and non-consent form. So as I spoke earlier, we keep all of your information confidential. So anything that you talk to me today and in future meetings, you have to come in and see me at the office here, because you don't have a telephone. So you'll have to, if we make appointments, dates and times, you'll have to try your best to stick to that so that I can really help you move forward. If for some reason you're unable to meet a certain date and time, please come into the office even if I'm not here, and tell other staff members, and they'll try and organise another meeting time. They may get in touch with me, and we'll just go from there. The more that we can meet, the better that your situation, the quicker that your situation will improve. All right. So all information is kept confidential. The main one is 10 years after you finish having contact with us, all your information is confidentially, privately destroyed. Okay, so up until then you have all that time you're welcome to request to view your information at any time. Right? Another one is complaints. If for some reason you feel that I'm not doing the best job that I can, the organisation isn't doing the best job that they can, maybe you don't believe their reputation is good, you'd like to be referred to another case manager, another organisation, you have that right at any time. And I will give you the complaint forms and the process that you need to go through to make a complaint, okay? Yep. So any time at all. But anyway, getting back to the consent form, so I'll just go through it briefly with you. I and your name hereby acknowledge that Operation Hope Privacy and Policy, Operation Hope has advised me of the following. So Operation Hope Privacy and Confidentiality Policy, which I've just briefly touched on. There is more information on this if you would like to know, just ask. Your right to access personal information, I just explained that to you, and your right to withdraw your consent at any time. So should we say you're fine with Operation Hope, but another we suggest relaying your information to another organisation, and at first you agree, but then you wish to disagree, then that's more than your right to do so, right?
Mhm.
So I am aware of and understand that the organisation may need to collect and disclose personal information to third parties as required in order to provide an improved level of care. I nominate that my personal information disclosed only to the person or agencies listed below. So we've got Emergency Housing WA and Centrelink at the moment, right? So I understand that Operation Hope must comply with relevant privacy laws, and I will contact the organisation immediately if I feel that these laws have been breached. So if you're okay with all of that, would you just sign it for me, please? Thank you, and I'll just sign the bottom. So under here is also a non-consent form, which you're welcome to sign at any time, all right? Okay. So let's talk. What would you like the outcome of today's meeting to be?
I don't really have an outcome. I just like to know where I'm going and what I can do and who can help.
All right.
I need some help.
That's good. That's good. Good that you admit that. That's wonderful. So let's talk about income. So what do you think you need to do? So you were getting Centrelink payments previously. What do you think you need to do to organise income?
Well, this Centrelink you need to have a physical address.
All right.
For them to have before they'll give you payments and stuff like that. And you've got to be with an employment agency.
Yep. All right. So working on the physical address, we're going. The next step will be to organise emergency housing for you. But going on the physical address, is there anybody at the moment that you could ask them just to use their address so you could get mail?
Possibly. I've kind of burnt a few bridges because I've had to stay at people's places and not been able to pay my way, and my drinking's been a bit of a problem, so I can try.
Do you have any communication with your ex-wife at all?
No.
Okay. So that would be the first thing that we would need to organise is physical address. So would you be able to, within the next few days, find somebody that would lend you?
I can try.
Yep. All right. So assuming that you can do that. What do you think would be the next step?
I don't have a birth certificate or anything like that, so
Okay.
I'd probably need help with getting a birth certificate.
All right. So get a birth certificate. So, and then maybe go to Centrelink from there.
Hopefully.
Yep. All right. So let's put that down as our goal is to receive unemployment payments and get a physical address. Okay. So assuming that you can get the physical address within the next couple of days, when do you think, so today's Wednesday, when do you think you would be able to visit Centrelink?
It would depend on when I get who I can get to use their address.
Okay.
So
how about we go to Centrelink first and find out all the information that you need to know.
Yeah.
Explain the situation, and then we'll worry about the physical address, because that Centrelink is something that you can do immediately. It's better to have the information under your belt than to go there, but waste a couple of days or spend a couple of days trying to find a physical address.
can do.
All right, so let's make it a goal. Today's Wednesday. Can you go? Would you be able to go tomorrow?
Yeah.
All right. So we'll make it tomorrow. Today's the 8th, so tomorrow the 9th, that you go to Centrelink, find out the information that you need to, and then perhaps we could reschedule an appointment back here because I want to talk about the emergency housing as well. So maybe we could get you to come back in on Friday. Would you be able to do that, do you think?
Yep.
All right. So, and between now and then, also see if we can find somewhere we can use as a physical address. All right. So the next one is the housing. So I will contact the emergency housing Western Australia, and see if we can get you into somewhere. So most of it's shared accommodation. Are you fine with shared accommodation?
For now, yeah.
Yep. All right.
You sleep in a shelter for a couple of weeks, you soon get used to it.
That's good. Yeah, that's true. So I'll get in contact with the emergency accommodation coordinator, and if possible, I'll have them. So if you come in Friday morning, I'll have them. I should have somebody that we can contact Friday morning, and we'll go from there. Find out, okay? And hopefully by this time next week, so by the 15th of January, we'll have you in emergency housing, all right? And the last thing you talked about drinking. And how do you feel about that? Do you want to improve it? Excuse me. Do you want to improve your situation?
Yeah, well, that all started from losing my job, wife working, and I just felt awful when she had to go start working. So yeah, just something to help.
All right. So maybe talking to somebody, or just listening even to other people that have similar problems.
Yeah, listening sounds good.
Listening sounds good. All right. Well, I'm sure you've heard about Alcoholics Anonymous. And if nothing else, it's just somewhat you can go and listen to other people that have experienced the same type of things. So what I'll do is today and tomorrow, I will find out some of the meetings, and I'll give you the information, and then you could just go along. So let's say this time next week as well, you've gone to your first AA meeting, okay? And if that doesn't work, you can always come back in and we can find a counsellor or something like that. But first, let's just work on the income you're housing and perhaps talking and listening to people.
Yep.
All right, good. Okay, now the last thing I have to talk about. Oh, do you have any questions regarding that? All right. So just here, so we've got income and the goal. I just want you to fill it out for me. So just put income here for me. Okay, and now what is the goal, do you think?
To get some money?
Yep, all right, so just write that. Okay, and how are we going to accomplish that?
You said go to St. Lake, so...
Yeah. Alright, so here we would put Centrelink because that's the service that we're going to engage. And you said you're going to visit Centrelink tomorrow, so just put tomorrow's date there.
What's today's date again?
Today's the 8th, so tomorrow's the 9th. Alright, so that's income, and then we'll just do the next page. So next is just write housing. So what's the goal of the housing?
To get a roof.
Yep, alright, let's get a roof over our heads. Alright, so what's the plan? How are we going to accomplish that?
Well, you were going to contact emergency housing?
Yep, alright, so just write contact emergency housing, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and the responsible person or the service. So we're going to use the local shelter, emergency accommodation, and a coordinator. There's usually a coordinator involved, so we'll just put them down as the responsible person.
Yeah.
Okay, and our goal is to have you in emergency housing by this time next week. So, do you think that's a reasonable goal?
What day is that?
Today's Wednesday, so by next Wednesday. So the 15th.
What, the 15th, next Friday?
Oh, next Friday. Next Friday, that's it. Yeah. Alright, so the last issue that we have is we talked about drinking and perhaps depression. So just put drinking/depression. Great, and what's the goal?
Just to go and talk to someone or
Mhm.
somebody.
Yeah, that's fine. Alright, and how are we going to accomplish that?
Find out where a meeting point is.
Yeah, okay. Find out where an AA meeting is. Alright, and I'll do that, so I'll just write my name if you like, Michelle. Alright. And hopefully we'll have you at your first meeting by next Friday, so just put by the 15th. Alright, that's great. Now, do you have any more questions? No? Alright, there's one more thing that we have to do. So this is an intake checklist. So just here. Just to check off that I've told you everything that you need to know if you have any more questions. Right, so case manager Michelle Tingley, I have explained the following information to Philip Stockinger, and I'll sign it in a moment. So the role of case manager and his or her coordination role to the client's case. So have I explained to you what it is I'm going to do to help you? Yeah, alright, so I'll just tick that one. Assessment process and the practical aspects of assessment. So I've explained to you how we're going to go about it, what we're going to do, and what the assessment is, yes. Procedures for release of personal information to another party and the requirement for informed consent for the release, so how your information is stored, how you can obtain it, copies of it. Oh yeah, okay. The client's rights and responsibilities, including the rights of appeal and complaints. I explained to you how you can go about complaining.
Yeah, and then the other form as well, yeah.
Yep. And communication requirements. So basically this means, seeing as you don't have a telephone at the moment, you need to keep the dates and the times that we set up.
I had a question with that one, because you said if I can't make something to come in and tell one of the staff members, but the fact I don't have a phone, what if I'm actually sick?
If you can't make it, that's fine. Just come in at your earliest convenience and let us know.
Oh, okay.
Once you're in emergency housing, we'll have an address for you, so it'll be easy to check up on you, and hopefully you'll be able to get a phone. But until then, just come in as soon as you can and let us know what happened if you can, and when you can come in next.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
Wonderful. So if you could just sign and date that, that would be wonderful.